Welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news here on CNC3. I am Bavita Gopalchan.
I'm Kijan Haynes.
And I'm Jassim Marik with Sport. K. Marie Fletcher joins us later on in the newscast.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Police commissioners 24 hours to either charge or release woman held for guarding kidnapped victim Janki Sati Karim.
Minister Sturge says smart TVs in prison can use games like Minecraft or Roblox to communicate with outsiders.
We left everything, house open, then bother to take up a phone, a wallet, nothing. And our neighbors, everybody, we just ran up the hill for cover.
Ramco plant explosion injures 4, sparking concern from those living nearby.
Ahead in sport, Minister Watts weighs in on TNT's Pan Am Cup withdrawal, but hockey's governing body alleges a misrepresentation of facts.
Police officers have been given until 4 p.m. tomorrow to either charge or release the 21-year-old woman who was arrested for the kidnapping of Janki Sati Karim.
In the legal application, her lawyers, led by Karen Ramco, called on investigators to justify her continued detention. Now, they claim that investigators delayed interviewing their client after she was detained when Karim was rescued on Monday. During the hearing, police officers requested a reasonable time to complete their probe. They claimed that they were delayed as they have 5 other suspects in custody. They also claimed that they had to pause their probe into Karim's kidnapping to investigate the other kidnappings of Ryan Singh and Kiran Lachman. Now, on Monday, when police officers rescued Karim from Mathura, one of her abductors attempted to use her as a human shield. He was shot and killed by police, while Karim escaped unscathed. Police then shot and killed a second suspect while conducting a follow-up raid in Aruca.
Well, 2 former prisons commissioners say prisoners have had access to televisions for at least 10 years.
The former prison heads, Gerard Wilson and Diopasad Ramuta, responded to claims made by Defense Minister Wayne Sturge that a prisoner was in possession of a 65-inch television in his cell. Now, Sturge made the comment during a budget consultation in Freeport on Wednesday night. The prison service has been in the spotlight since the state of emergency was declared last Friday. Wilson said Sturge may have misunderstood what was relayed to him, as he was aware that the television at the maximum security prison was stored in a cell but was used in the common area.
So they decided that they will put the television in a vantage point so that persons in the cell, they was in the cell, they can look at the television from in the cell. So my concern would be, if it was found in a cell, I would have an issue, right? Because the television is not for one person. But I know that sometimes what they would do, they may secure the television in a cell. They may secure it. But to say that it is put there for one particular person to look at, it is not that way at all.
Now, current prison commissioner Carlos Carraspi said televisions in prison is not new. However, he explained in the maximum security prison, the television is placed in the division, which is closer to a dormitory.
There are 5 televisions at the maximum security prison. There are televisions across all the nation's prisons at the exercise yard for the inmates' communication to see what is happening, news and what have you. They also have Rise Prison Maximum Radio that beams into different prisons based on the ability to beam.
But Defense Minister Wayne Sturge is standing by his claim that an inmate had access to a television in his prison cell, despite denials from the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. He says the issue isn't just about a television, but about the potential risk to national security. Sturge warns that smart TVs can be used to communicate through games. He says he has visual proof to support his claim.
I have an image that would disprove that. But in the interest of national security, it is not something I can share. When one considers that smart TVs can be used to communicate through games such as Minecraft and Roblox, one can readily appreciate the mischief.
Sturge was asked if he knew of any prisoner at this time who had unauthorized access to a TV, but he said those questions are better answered by the Minister of Homeland Security.
That is something you'll have to direct to the substantive Minister of Homeland, and I think the best person to direct that question to would be the Commissioner of Prisons. When we ask for information, sometimes it takes a while to get it, but when we do get it, and it's something we can disseminate, we will disseminate. If it is something that is fit for public consumption.
Sturge is also pushing back against rumours that the inmate in question was one of his former clients. The minister said while he did work on a related matter, the facts have been misrepresented.
So, of course, tonight we had to ask the question, are you surprised that a prisoner at the maximum security prison could have had a 65-inch TV in his cell?
Here's what you had to say.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPM.
Nothing surprises me in Trinidad and Tobago anymore. Okay, it's disheartening because they're in prison for a purpose, and I see that as a reward.
Honestly, I'm not very surprised because the way the jail cells are and how corrupted it is, I'm not surprised. Or they bring all kind of things into the prisons. So for them to have a whatever inch TV you just said, I'm not surprised. They could smuggle in anything back these days.
No, because of corruption and it's Trinidad.
Not really. I'm not particularly surprised because it's something we've been hearing about, since I was small. So at this point, it's just enjoying their free rent, I suppose.
No, I'm not surprised because anything goes now. Just the other day, a guy was throwing something over the prison walls. So anything is possible now, so it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I've never heard of it, but I wasn't surprised because I read the Bible, and the Bible said the scene of the world is changing, so anything is possible in this system of things.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPM.
And Acting Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspe is launching an investigation into the escape of prisoner Abraham Briggs, who was killed by police officers during a reported confrontation.
Speaking with CNC3 News today, Carraspe offered condolences to Briggs' family and apologized to the nation for his escape. Carraspe said the rules governing how inmates work were changed, allowing him to be on duty. He said originally an inmate needed to complete 2/3 of the sentence before they're allowed to work. Briggs, who was serving a 6-year sentence for robbery with aggravation, was convicted earlier this year. Briggs escaped around 5 p.m. on Tuesday while on labor duty at the Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center. Carraspe added that at the time of the escape, Briggs had already completed his work. He added that the prison service will now review its operations. 4 employees of Ramco Industries Limited remain hospitalized tonight following an explosion that rocked the company's cross-crossing compound in San Fernando on Thursday night.
The incident has left nearby residents shaken. Now there are growing calls for an emergency evacuation plan to be put in place in the event of future incidents.
Meanwhile, the company says it's working to ensure there's no disruption to the supply of cooking gas. Ivan Tulsi and Sasha Wilson report.
I think all you've seen is explosions, one after the other, happening inside the compound.
Gregory Lange was among scores of residents who scampered from their homes after a fire erupted at Ramco Industries Limited facility at Cross Crossing in San Fernando just after 7 p.m. on Thursday, leaving 4 workers injured and 2 of whom are in critical condition.
I just run.
This worker, Kristen Charles, recounts what happened.
I think it was a truck and a hose. Yeah, I think he was also connected to the truck when he drive off.
Billowing smoke and raging flames from explosions rocked nearby communities, sparking panic and fear.
By that time when I run downstairs and come outside by my garage, there was a big ball of flame over Ramco back wall. And that is when everybody just camper out the house and run up the hill to get some distance between the house and the fire.
So we left everything, house open, then bother to take up a phone, a wallet, nothing. And our neighbors, everybody, we just ran up the hill for cover. And there was like explosion after explosion. It was terrible. I've never experienced something like this, and I wouldn't like it to happen again.
Now, the force of the explosion sent this object through this window at Inam Industrial Services Limited, some 500 feet away in Duncan Village.
Apart from the broken glass, everything was displaced because of the speed that came with us, over 500 feet. That projected towards the building. If somebody was here, that would have been seriously dangerous.
Residents are still traumatized and are calling for a proper emergency evacuation plan, saying they don't want to be caught unprepared if another incident happens.
It was a very, very frightening experience because, I mean, we have a business here. We don't know how it could have ended up. Well, we're hoping that to have a meeting with them and at least, I don't know if they will, I don't know, it might be a bit kind of costly to relocate the entire plant, but that's the ideal situation.
In a statement, Ramco Industries Limited said the incident was quickly contained and all unaffected employees were safely evacuated according to emergency protocols. The company sought to assure that it's cooperating fully with authorities as investigations continue and remains committed to supporting the affected workers and their families. Now, the Occupational Safety and Health Agency has launched a formal investigation into the incident, with inspectors already on site to determine the cause and identify any breaches with the OSH Act. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal met with company officials and emergency responders at the site on Thursday. He tells CNC3 News that his ministry is monitoring the situation. He's hopeful Ramco's operations will restart soon without any disruption to cooking gas supplies. Ramco Industries Limited provides LPG filling, distribution, cylinder maintenance, and testing services. Sasha Wilson, CNC3 News.
Thank you, Sasha. Well, still to come in the news. Government denies opposition's claims that unemployment rate nearly doubled during its tenure.
And one economist is linking the informal sector and unregistered workers to the Forex drain.
Coming up in sport, 4 months and counting without a board of directors at the sport company. We examine the effects.
At Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansing's, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, building value every day.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Welcome back. The Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Kennedy Suarat Singh, is rubbishing claims made by former Finance Minister Com Imbert that the unemployment rate has nearly doubled.
At a political meeting yesterday in Malabar, Imbert sounded alarm bells over what he described as a sharp rise in unemployment since the UNC took office. Imbert claimed under the previous PNM-led government, the national unemployment rate stood at 4%. However, since the change in government, he's alleging that figure spiked to 7%, representing an increase from 30,000 to approximately 50,000 unemployed people. However, Kennedy Suarat Singh confirmed to CNC3 News that the data obtained from the Central Statistical Office suggests that the current unemployment rate is 4.9%.
We have them in court, and we're going to fight them, and we're going to fight them, and we're going to fight them. We're not going to give up. We're going to fight for the workers. We're going to fight for what is right and what is just and what is proper.
Now, Imbert attributed the sharp rise in unemployment to cuts in the CPEP and reforestation programs.
Economist Professor Roger Hussein says the previous government's lack of monitoring unregistered Venezuelans may have contributed to TNT's Forex drain.
And in other business news, a major stationery player in Trinidad and Tobago is experiencing shipping challenges. Keisha Kaulisa Alonso has the details in tonight's Business Watch.
Economist Dr. Roger Hussain says the informal sector, which includes unregistered Venezuelans, is perhaps contributing to this country's foreign exchange challenges.
Where do unregistered workers go? Unregistered workers go in the informal, non-tradable sector. But the informal, non-tradable sector is one of the biggest users of foreign exchange. So by virtue of a change in the structure of the labor force with these unregistered Venezuelans, you had a change in the structure of production, and so I am not surprised at all by the state of the foreign exchange situation.
Dr. Hussain made the comments while speaking at a tourism conference in Tobago on Thursday. Also speaking was First Vice President of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, Rene C. Prasad Singh, who also gave an overview of the state of Tobago's tourism sector.
Let us be honest with ourselves. Tourism really is not where it should be. We face persistent challenges. I am sure those of you all who are visiting from the Sister Isle only know too well the limited airlift and the challenges that we have on the airlift. We have constrained investment. We have an erosion of confidence both by investors and by travelers.
C. Prasad Singh adds there are also significant challenges in promoting the island as a tourist destination. In other business news, the July-August period is a time for buying books and other essentials for the new school term. But for stationery company boss, this is proving to be somewhat problematic due to shipping issues.
A lot of our items come from the Far East, from the United States, from South America. So our biggest challenge right now is actually delays in shipping, and that's something we need to address as soon as possible because we're not currently in our back-to-school period, and we've had some delays in our shipments, which will affect us going forward.
Dupan also shares that the company's focus is still traditional use of stationery. However, he says, the company is considering technology and will be coming up with new lines soon. And now for a look at today's energy and Forex prices. Geisha Kaulesa Alonso, CNC3 Business Watch.
Tourism Secretary Tashia Boris has called for the new A&R Robinson International Airport to be opened and be put to full use. She was speaking at a conference yesterday hosted by the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, which included local and regional tourism stakeholders. Boris says Tobago has suffered too long for inconsistent airlift.
We can market all we can. We can invest so much money in telling our stories. But if people simply cannot get here, if people who live here can't go across the waters to conduct business and come back home when they need to, that is a problem that we've had for far too long, and simply one that we cannot continue to ignore and one that we have to fix.
She said the airport, which cost over $1 billion, should now be seen as an opportunity, not a controversy.
The time is now. We have just invested just over $1 billion in a brand spanking new airport. We need to operationalize that airport. Whether or not we agree on whether or not the investment was needed at the time, or whether we had other things to spend that money on, it is here, and we need to take advantage of the opportunities that it presents.
Boris also said Tobago's tourism sector must use every challenge from COVID to climate change as a chance to grow stronger. She encouraged stakeholders to stop just talking and start doing.
Days after kidnapped victims Kiran Lachman and Ryan Singh escaped their captors from a forested part of Valencia, the community is calling for more police intervention.
And while inquiries are underway into the kidnapping, San Pedro Road residents are concerned that the community is at risk of further criminal activities.
Shane Superville has the story.
Residents of San Pedro Road in Valencia are hoping urgent action is taken against criminals using their community as a hideout. Earlier this week, Ryan Singh and Kiran Lachman were kidnapped and a $1.2 million ransom demanded for their safe release. Both men managed to escape their captors on Wednesday morning. Police said Singh and Lachman were kept captive in a small shed deep inside San Pedro Road in Valencia, far away from the busy streets and main roads in the eastern community. Navigating winding dirt roads and dense forest, CNC3 News journeyed deep into the remote community to reach the location where the two kidnapped victims made their daring escape. One San Pedro Road resident recalled seeing one of the kidnapped victims.
When he walked past me, he said, hello to me, pretty decent, hello, and when he passed and all that, he went out there. So it's afterwards, later on in the night, one of my neighbor with his house right there, he called me and letting me know what went on here.
The man noted that while the area has generally been a quiet home for farmers and nature lovers, he felt it was gradually attracting more criminals as a hideout. In October 2021, police arrested 2 men and seized 3 guns after a shootout in the area after the murder of security guard Kimraj Jagasar and the theft of a van. Head of the Eastern Division Senior Superintendent Christopher Paponet said heightened police activity in the district is underway with targeted intelligence-led operations aimed at gangs and other criminal cliques. But one resident said more consistent police action was needed to root out troublemakers, as he felt there is a lack of interest and follow-ups when residents come forward to report crime.
One part we're more focused on doing no shoppiness because the more you do, men run and make the report, police not coming to look for them. So they're walking about, reading at gate, going about their own business.
He also implored the police to act swiftly in preventing any further crimes from happening.
If I have 1 or 2 fellas in the area, we need to get them out. Some of the police know these fellas, but yet they're not doing nothing. While they're waiting for something to happen, then to act.
In the meantime, residents continue to keep to themselves while hoping for more police presence. It's an intervention they say simply cannot wait. Shane Superville, CNC3 News.
Okay, still to come in the news. Emergency crews save a homeless man trapped in Port of Spain floodwaters.
The weekend is here, but some heavy showers in the forecast may have you reconsidering those outdoor activities. I'll give you all the details right after the break.
Food basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic for everyday low price. Things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. A remush, I wanna shop for go view. Food basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food basket. Marketplace Shogunas, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran.
Back up.
Fling? That's why he crossed the road. It was funny when Kieran said it.
Oh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
Is high blood sugar the root cause of diabetes? Most people think high blood sugar is the problem. The truth, it's inflammation. Insulin resistance is the root cause of diabetes. Reducing that inflammation is key. Omega XL is a natural option. Not fish oil, but a patented green-lipped muscle extractor with over 30 fatty acids, including EPA and DHA. Clinically studied, backed by over 30 years of research. Stay tuned.
Omega XL. Power your health.
This Christmas in July, Bright Ideas is lighting up your home like it's Christmas morning. Unwrap 25% off all lighting, fixtures and chandeliers all month long. From sleek modern pieces to statement chandeliers. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and reveal something bright and beautiful. Check our 8 locations or online at brightideashomestore.com or on the Bright Ideas mobile app. This Christmas in July, it's time to shine. Bright Ideas. Slay the savings.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill you.
Hey, pretty lady. I see you're looking for some hot sauce. Boy, move it. I have a man. See you. So you don't want no mother-in-law?
Attention, valued shoppers. We are thrilled to celebrate 34 amazing years with you, our loyal customers. A huge congratulations to all our winners.
Hey, don't make joke. I know we're not shopping spree.
Snacks we buying, mommy.
Look, boy, come on, eh? Well, look how I just win a Caribbean getaway now. Rock back. Here I know we're not shopping spree, eh? Well, come on, help me now. You don't have a man? Later. Nah.
It's Southern Food Basket's 34th anniversary extravaganza from July 1st to August 31st. Shop and enter for a chance to win incredible prizes, Caribbean getaways, staycations, shopping spree, and the ultimate grand prize of a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucasade, bring the energy.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic for everyday low price. Things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A remush, I wanna shop where go view. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket, Marketplace Go View, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Welcome to the Tire Club, the Caribbean's largest tire warehouse. Come into our warehouse where we stock all the top brands. All major brands for cars, SUVs, 4x4s, trucks, tractors, all in one location. Top brands like Gremax, Step Rising, Duron, Comfortsal, Firemax, and many others. Here at the Tire Club, purchase 4 tires, get free installation, free speed balancing, and a free complimentary t-shirt. Our expert team is ready to help, where quality, service, and value comes together.
It was a race against time this afternoon as a man was pulled from the rising waters of the East Dry River near Riverside Plaza in Port of Spain. Amateur footage captured the rescue of a 57-year-old Anderson Mark, who had reportedly entered the river to use it as a washroom when he was swept away by the powerful current. The incident unfolded around 1:20 p.m., prompting a swift response from fire and police officers. Members of the Santa Cruz Fire Station's Land Search and Rescue Unit, already in the city on another call, rushed to the scene. Mark was eventually pulled to safety. Emergency personnel said he suffered a few bruises, appeared shaken and disoriented, but was in stable condition. He was taken to the Port of Spain General Hospital for treatment. In the wake of the rescue, emergency officials are again urging the public to stay away from rivers, drains, and canals during heavy rainfall, warning that conditions can change in an instant.
Well, Kay Marie joins us now, and it was definitely a rainy day, Kay Marie.
That's right, guys. Across the country today, we experienced some heavy showers, which brought with it gusty winds and flash flooding. Temperatures peaked at 32.2 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 31.8 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Now, this was as a result of a weak ridge pattern across the region. For tonight, the Met Office says it is expected to be cloudy, and we'll have the occasional shower as well. Temperatures can get down to 24 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 25 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. We see some rainfall is expected over in Tobago. But the heavier showers, well, those are expected tomorrow. According to the Met Office, there's a medium chance of thunderstorm activity during the early morning period. However, it's not going to last all day. As the day progresses, conditions should settle despite a few lingering showers. So if you plan to head to the beach, well, seas are forecast to be moderate. However, waves will be 1.5 meters to 2 meters in open waters, and in sheltered areas, well, it will be below 1 meter, but it can become occasionally choppy, so keep that in mind if you plan to head to the beach. Let's have a look at what to come in the coming days. According to the Met Office, more rainfall is expected, including the low chance of heavier showers favoring the western and southern parts of Trinidad, but it can become fair as well. So guys, we can expect those mixed conditions. We're going to keep our eyes on the skies, the gray skies that is, because we can expect it to be sun at times, but those heavy showers can be expected as well. So it's back to you guys.
Eyes on the skies for real, Keisha, and no relief for those of us who are working this weekend.
On the bright side, I wasn't going to the beach anyway, so not too bad. All right.
Still to come in the news. 81-year-old violinist strikes a chord in the heart of the city.
Big ambition starts with clear vision. This back to learning season, Rera Optical has eyewear packages for every learner. For kids 15 years and under, get a free frame with lenses starting at just $495. Scholars, it's time to level up your look with frame plus lenses from $750. Lifelong learners, purchase any frame $1,099 plus and unlock up to 30% off premium lenses like Eisen, Varilux, and Transitions in 8 bold colors. And don't miss your chance to win a $1,500 learning supply voucher or transition lenses when you purchase any eyewear package. Ferrera Optical, big ambition, clear vision. Visit us in store today. This promotion is NOCB approved.
If you live with diabetes, your pancreas works overtime every single day. Between our rich foods and busy lives, chronic inflammation can sneak in, stressing the pancreas and raising the risk of complications. Over time, inflammation can damage these cells, making blood sugar harder to control.
Protecting your pancreas from inflammation is a smart way to support healthy blood sugar management.
Backed by science, Omega XL is a natural anti-inflammatory with over 30 free fatty acids, proven to help reduce inflammation at its source. Learn more online or ask your local pharmacist.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Tyson leg quarters, $9.95 per pound. Fiesta peas and carrots, 3 for $19.95. Hungry Jack pancakes mix, choco chips. Buttermilk 7 ounce, 2 for $19.95. Tobo Benny chocolate, 200 grams, 2 for $17.95. Colgate Great regular flavor, 4 ounces, 2 for $28.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Crack the science of stronger hair. New Fructis with keratin, protein, or biotin in reloaded systems. Up to 72 hours frizz control, 48 hours definition, or 72 hours thicker looking hair. New Fructis by Garnier, naturally.
Inside every cell is a metabolic engine, AMPK. Berberine Plus helps ignite that engine, turning sugar into energy and fat into fuel. Whether you're managing sugar or trimming fat, Berberine Plus supports your goals naturally. Berberine Plus, now available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Something here for everyone, from baby to adult. Anything you need, it is right here at Food Basket Super 99.
Food Basket Super 99, affordable and trendy. Food Basket Super 99 Arima, where fashion meets affordability.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is assuring the nation that her government will protect religious freedoms.
And she's now calling on churches to help bring the country together and be a place of refuge for those in need. In her first public appearance since declaring the state of emergency, Persad-Bissessar told members of the New Testament Church of God Caribbean Assembly that while the government has its role to play, it's the church that must lead in shaping the moral and social fabric of the nation. The Prime Minister said she was criticized for giving $55 million to Christian churches during her first term as Prime Minister, And last evening, the Prime Minister again pledged her government's commitment to religious institutions.
My government will safeguard freedom of worship. My government will protect denominational rights. We will support faith-based programs that feed, heal, counsel, and empower our citizens and our collective society.
Pasal Bisasa also reflected on the national trauma surrounding the 2021 kidnapping and murder of Andrea Barrett, recalling the grief that hung over the country at the time.
She said it was faith and religious unity that brought the nation together during those dark times. All right, so Jassy, I hope you have some bright times for us this evening.
We certainly do, Keyshan, and we'll tell you all about it after this break. Sporting venues across the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago will come alive for yet another weekend. And of course, we have the full details on where to go and what to do. Stick around, sport is next.
Don't forget, we are Food Basket Superstore right here in Arima. Come see for yourself, from stationeries to household items and so much more, right here at Food Basket Superstore in Arima.
I really love the variety. There's something for everyone here.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Science calls it AMPK, your body's built-in system for burning fat, balancing blood sugar, and fueling energy. Berberine Plus naturally supports AMPK, helping you feel better, live better, be better. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, powerful results naturally.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
It's Christmas in July at Bright Ideas, and we're turning up the heat with our biggest event yet, Slay the Savings. From tents to tables, your favorite store is packed like a Christmas tree with real deals on stuff you actually want. Kitchen, bedroom, decor, and more. From mega combos to unbelievable discounts to once-a-year deals, it's all out and ready to grab now. Every day, check out Facebook and Instagram to see what we're unwrapping next. Can't make it in store? No problem. Shop online at brightideyashomestore.com or download the Bright Ideas mobile app. It's festive, fabulous, and only while stocks last. Bright Ideas, Slay the Savings is on.
Embrace life with Guardian Life.
Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a quiet promise that we're never truly alone in life's journey.
So grateful for this precious life. Embrace it with a fearless stride. Dig so deep to turn your dreams to reality. With a bright future on your side. Through every journey you will find what you've earned and accomplished. You now deserve to be. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Only you can pave the road for your legacy. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Every step is one step closer to live easy.
Embrace life with Guardian Life. Life, health insurance, and pension solutions.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Garlic £1 for $9.95. Russet potatoes £5, $17.95. Grill Master Burger patties £2, $49.95. Golden Brand margarine 4 for $19.95. Anchor cheddar cheese 250 grams 2 for $44.95. Richport vegetable oil 500 ml 3 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Your heart does so much for your body, your life, your loved ones. But modern stress, diet, and lifestyle can tip the balance, especially with every passing day. Heart XL delivers high-potency omega-7 palmitoleic acid from sustainable pollock oil, to elevate HDL and support a healthy metabolism.
Inflammation and low HDL put your heart at risk. Heart XL's omega-7 helps reduce C-reactive protein and support healthy HDL, keeping your heart strong.
Heart XL, nourish your heart, sustain your life.
Welcome back. It's time for sport. Trinidad and Tobago's men's and women's teams were withdrawn from the Pan American Hockey Cup on Wednesday, citing logistical challenges. However, a day later, the Ministry of Sport has contested those assertions, laying the blame for the no-show at the Hockey Board's feet. Today, the board has defended itself against what its president asserts is an inaccurate picture of the facts.
Around 8 p.m. last evening, 12 hours after the Trinidad and Tobago men's hockey team was meant to start its World Cup qualifying journey at the Pan American Hockey Cup, the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs chastised the sports governing body in a media release. Among the issues raised were the board's non-compliance in submitting audited financial statements for 2024, submitting its Pan Am Cup funding request in May 2025 despite the women's team's qualification in 2022 and the men in 2024, and failing to address outstanding reconciliation reports. The $1.9 million Pan Am Cup budget was prepared on April 28th, and TNT Hockey Board President Willard Harris confirmed it was officially submitted on May 4th due to outstanding amendments. However, that time period falls within the well-established protocol for national sporting organizations to submit budgets 3 months in advance. Harris addressed the reconciliation of the unused funds to be reimbursed to the sport company earlier this week.
We have made efforts to get this done, and we've actually up to last week and up to today we have submitted monies that we owe. What we have not remitted is because we don't have much funds. The total sum was about $88,000. We have since paid over $60-something thousand back.
Harris said the proposal to pay back the remaining $20,000 in 3 installments was made on July 15th. He says the sport company only officially confirmed its acceptance yesterday. Further to that, Harris says the board's good standing has been the subject of continuing dialogue.
As of April, we got back to the 95% compliant. April, May, and June, we were compliant.
On July 1st, he says they were marked down to 80% compliance and expects to submit the 2024 financials in the coming week to restore their status. Before today, Minister Watts has not been available for comment on the issues at hand, spending the days leading up to TNT's withdrawal at a number of photo opportunities. Today, he appeared unaware of the ongoing document exchange.
So that particular file or note never came to me today. It never reached the PS desk yet for the PS to even prepare a note because they are holding back their own funding by not giving Sport TT the relevant compliant document.
Harris said the repurposing of $140,000 for the Junior Pan Am Games was in fact approved by Sport and around $60,000 of unused funds already returned. The ministry's release further asserted that Sport was not made aware of any penalties the TTHB will now incur as a result of opting out of the Pan Am Cup. Harris says this too isn't accurate.
I sent the letter to Sport Company. I have the letter. And then attached where I stated it. We couldn't state amounts, but we stated the ramifications and the fines, penalties, and stuff, what impact it would have. And then attached to that is a letter from the president of the Pan Am Hockey Federation, which corroborated what I was saying in that letter. So that statement is totally erroneous.
Despite seeking to correct the record, the TTHB president says the two entities have a symbiotic relationship and hockey isn't interested in a tit-for-tat. Jovan Ravello, CNC3 Sport.
In related news, 4 months since the previous sport company board resigned, a new board of directors is yet to be appointed. Sport Minister Philip Watts confirmed this today.
Recommendations would have been made, and we await. We should have something in place by next week. Remember, the government is trying to fill all the boards. We're trying to roll out all the boards, but they would start with the bigger boards like Heritage, as you would have seen. The A-class boards first, and they're coming down the road. But every week they are rolling out boards, so they will get to our board.
Watts said the absence of a board isn't affecting the ministry's operations, but a number of developments in recent days prove otherwise. In addition to hockey's funding issues that have dominated headlines, the Tennis Association postponed a large chunk of its Summer of Tennis program, and the annual state-run vacation camps have also been affected.
The youth sport camps itself, it was because of all the process for approvals and things like that, it would have been, we wouldn't have been able to get that sorted out in time to engage coaches and coordinators and all those things. Because of course, you have lost the continuity there, and then new government comes in place. You have to wait for new ministers to come in place. We still don't have a board as yet, so that is a big part as well too.
Williams says the pre-existing Java cricket program, which is ongoing, is engaging youth at 47 grounds across the country. Former Trinidad and Tobago Premier League Tier 1 champions AC Port of Spain stepped back into the Caribbean limelight this weekend as the Caribbean Football Union's Club Shield tournament rolls into Trinidad. The Capital Boys will hope their fortunes in the Shield are better than previous campaigns, one level higher when they twice flattered to deceive at a level above in the Caribbean Cup.
And it will be Rochburn!
Winners of the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League in 2024 and runners-up the season before, AC Port of Spain has not been able to carry domestic form into the Caribbean Club Cup, winless in 6 games across 2 seasons. This season, the Capital Boys only finished 4th in the local league and so will play 1 tier lower in regional competition, qualifying for the Caribbean Shield.
Definitely is an opportunity for the boys and them to rebound. As you say, it was not an ideal season. It was a tough season because we lose a lot of players during the course of the season, and it kind of broke the rhythm of the team. But there's an opportunity now for the other boys to showcase themselves in this Club Shield and show their worth.
Head coach Walt Noriega says their 2 previous campaigns at the cup level, despite not going beyond the group stage, should still put them in good stead to tackle their CFU Shield opponents.
Yeah, we fell short in it in the both times we participated in it, but it was a learning experience for us. I think the 2 seasons that we played, it should help us going into this Club Shield, but football does play on the days, so we have to be up and ready for it.
AC Port of Spain is placed in Group D alongside Arnett Gardens, Club Franciscain from Martinique, Scholars International out of the Cayman Islands, Dublanc from Dominica, and Ducks United from Anguilla. Fellow TTPFL campaigners Police FC, who placed 3rd in the league, are in Group C. The tournament begins on Saturday with double headers in Groups A and B happening at the Larry Gomes, Atto Bolden, and the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It's the last weekend in July, and that brings with it tons of sporting action happening across the country. Here's Caston Cupid with the Sport Wrap.
We start with football. Trinidad and Tobago hosts the 2025 CFU Club Shield with all 4 groups being contested starting this weekend. Groups A and B and C kick off on Saturday with double headers at the Atto Bolden, Larry Gomes and Hazley Crawford Stadiums. On Sunday, TNT teams AC Port of Spain and Police FC enters the fray. AC takes on Scholars International SC from the Cayman Islands at the Hazley Crawford Stadium at 5 p.m. Then from 7, Police battles Group D. Opponents Weymouth Wolves from Barbados, so make sure you go out and enjoy. On Sunday from 11 a.m., Borussia Dortmund International Caribbean Academy takes over St. Mary's Ground in St. Clair, Port of Spain in the form of the Under-17 Youth Challenger Cup. The one-day tournament kicks off from noon with 4 boys teams and 2 girls squads vying to impress. The Shakonia Sevens rugby tournament started today and will continue all weekend long on Harvard's rugby ground in the Queen's Park, Savannah. Some of the best under-23, under-18 and under-16 players will be on display. 8 a.m. is the start time on both days. And if you have a need for speed, the Wallerfield Cup final revs up on Saturday and Sunday, looking to crown the king of the strip. Action is on from midday on both days. The Venture Credit Union 5K and Fun Walk starts at the Credit Union's headquarters in Couva with a warm-up from 5:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. The race gets going at 6. And across the waters on Saturday, the West Indies and Australia contest the 4th T20 International. The Caribbean men in need of victories, so let's wish them all the best. And last but certainly not least, our elite swimmers are in action in Singapore at the World Championships. On Saturday, Dylan Carter splashes into action while Zuri Ferguson, Liam Carrington and Nikolai Blackman all dive in on Sunday night. So let's wish them all the best. Well, I'm Caston Cupid, and that's all you need to know. Where to go, what to do over the weekend in your CNC3 Sport Wrap.
And in our Sport High, one of cricket's modern-day greats takes roots. he is just about 2,000 runs off of Sachin Tendulkar's all-time record, and just 34 years old. I reckon he will get there. Yeah, he will get there.
Have you ever done anything 13,000 times you could think of?
Spell checks.
I think that's every journalist.
Yeah, we've written about 13,000 stories.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Carrots, 3 packs for $19.95. Lentils, 2 pounds, 1 for $13.95. Creamery ice cream assorted, 1 gallon, 2 for $90. Bright Wash laundry detergent powder assorted, 900 grams, 2 for $19.95. Snuggle bathroom tissue, 12 pack, 1 for $19.95. Clorox 1 gallon, 1 for $26.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Embrace life with Guardian Life.
Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a quiet promise that we're never truly alone in life's journey.
So grateful for this precious life. Embrace it with a fearless stride. Dig so deep to turn your dreams to reality. With a bright future on your side. Through every journey you will find what you've earned and accomplished. You now deserve to be. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Only you can pave the road for your legacy. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Every step is one step closer to live easy.
Embrace life with Guardian Life. Life, health insurance, and pension solutions.
Discover a breakthrough in healthcare at Liberty Medical Center, where expert care is affordable. See top specialists in endocrinology, diabetes care, dermatology, psychiatry, psychology, urology, obstetrics, and gynecology. We offer ultrasounds, x-rays, and ECGs. With full diagnostic services, an in-house pharmacy, and compassionate care, you'll leave feeling better than you came in. Visit us at 154 Point de Pere Road, San Fernando, or call 610-4562. Liberty Medical Center. Your health, our mission.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Welcome back. On the eve of World Mangrove Day, the CEO of Conservation International, M. Sanjan, is urging oil and gas-based economies in the Caribbean to invest in nature as well.
He says for countries that are vulnerable to climate change, it can strengthen their resilience in ways that seawalls and dredging cannot. He says countries should also see it as a source of diversifying the economy when it comes to food and tourism.
We all enjoy flying. We all, use our computers. We all use electricity. We all use energy. So it is difficult for anyone in the global north, certainly, to point their fingers. What I think that is going to be very important for Caribbean nations is to make sure that as they are utilizing their natural resources or their mineral wealth, they're also investing in nature and doing that proactively. And I think the Caribbean countries can do much more in that regard.
He was speaking to Ryan Beichu at the Global Biodiversity Alliance Summit in Guyana. The streets of Port of Spain tell many stories. For some, it's just part of the daily rush.
For others, it's a rough ride filled with unpleasant sights, sounds, and even smells. But one man is hoping to change that, not with protests or policies, but with a touch of elegance. Liana Maharaj and Chetika Singh bring us the story.
On our everyday commute, it's so easy to get lost in the noise. But sometimes you just have to stop and listen. Maybe something might grab your attention. Meet Stanley Roach. If you're a regular in Port of Spain, you may have heard him before. But for those who aren't familiar, he's an 81-year-old violinist from Malabar who's hoping to change the tune of the city one string at a time.
Some of them will never go to a concert hall and I can play classical things and they will get an idea.
Stanley stations himself at Independence Square to serenade passers-by, adding a touch of class to the capital's chaos. He's sharing a lifelong love that still hits all the right notes.
Started at the age of 4. And I could always remember my father, everybody would held my hand and just like I'm doing that. So this is G, and after a while you would get the manuscript and write on the page.
But he says stepping out on the streets wasn't exactly an easy decision.
But then you have this stigma to overcome because we play in the road. First, I had a problem. I said, gosh, I used to play in the church and then I had a white shirt and tie. And I come on the road, I will feel them like I step down. But I overcame that. It doesn't bother me.
And while he's learned to tune out the doubts, it's still not an easy road.
There are people who will come and they will snatch whatever little change you might have there, and I didn't threaten to beat you up or something.
But he remains steadfast because at his age, he says, this keeps him going. Plus, he has a dream. It's to release his own album one day, and one that's nothing short of a masterpiece. So the next time you're walking through town, keep your ears open, because Stanley Roach isn't done composing his story. And if you hear his next note, don't be a stranger. Liana Maharaj, CNC3 News.
Applause indeed.
Yeah, I think we need to invite him over to St. Vincent Street. We could do it with some music. I'm telling you, I hear these guys are singing in the office, and we definitely need him.
But you know, it's funny, like we see so many people in Port of Spain day in and day out, and every day I go to lunch, I have seen him. I would wave, I'll say hi, but never even bother to stop and ask for his name. So I'm glad that Liana saw him, and she came up to me and she said, have you ever seen this guy? I was like, yeah. She's like, I want to do a story. And I said, absolutely. Everyone has a story to tell.
That's right.
Me and my recorder next, maybe?
I'll join you.
Yeah, let's leave it to the professionals. Well, as we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us at our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates, and exclusive content. And don't forget to pick up a copy of the Guardian newspaper.
Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's newscast. I am Bhavita Gopalchan.
I'm Kijan Haynes.
And I am Jassy Marik, wishing you a very great night and an even better weekend.